Hello and welcome. We're Magic Academy. So excited to have you here. We're going to be playing Crown of the Oathbreaker. We are joined today by Eliza.
I just put a chip in my mouth. You're mean.
You're welcome. Evelyn.
What's up?
Sarah.
Well, I guess since Kavika's gone.
Ooh. Ooh.
We gotta torture you.
Wait. I gotta mute.
Hello there, Magic Daddy. This is my Kavika voice. This is what I sound like when I'm uppity and full of it. And sexy. At the same time, I'm going to do the whole session just like this.
Go for it.
LMAO.
God, no.
Now we all have to take turns doing it every week.
And Kate.
My cats might fight in the back.
Cool. Make sure you like this video, hit the subscribe and notification bell so you never miss a new episode. While you're doing that, we're going to jump to today's episode of Crown of the Oathbreaker. When last we left off, you all had been torn from the Shadow Realm, taken through a portal, thanks to good old Sammy. Fell, taking a moment to relieve himself.
That's one way to put it.
That's what we're calling it. Sure. Relieve. Relieve some stress.
To try and cope.
Brown chicken,
Also,
brown cow, was the last in the portal. Got
That's
pulled
some Midwestern terminology I've never heard of. What was that?
Brown chicken brown.
was that
Oh
chronically
my
Midwestern?
Yes.
Oh
Sorry,
my god,
my
I've
bad.
never heard of that. God.
Was taken off to an unknown location with dwarven mines. The rest of you found yourselves in what was quickly identified as the battlefields of Torback. I'm going to pivot the screen to the cast table, and it's going to say log in because why? I never do that beforehand because it's like another. I don't click that one. So what is my
You need
login?
to add that to your. Oh my god.
Which one
Really?
do I log in with?
It's the
I remember
Randall,
now.
I think.
No, I just hit Google and it just automatically connects to it, so they don't actually see me like do password and stuff. They don't even see my email. So secure.
Anyways, if you want to get in touch with us about sponsoring us, go to randall@gmail.com or whatever.
I don't even know. I don't even remember what that full email address is.
It's probably magicacademyrpg@gmail.com.
Info.
No, that is not us.
Why are you doxing us? I'm just kidding.
That's our business email. No, am I crazy?
I'm joking.
Pretty sure
I
that's
don't
our
know.
business email, but it's not Gmail.
Oh, do we have our own email on our
We have
website?
our own domain. You can reach us at
Wait a minute.
info@magicacademyrpg.com.
Wait a minute.
What?
Did we ever get our new website that we were talking about for like months and months?
Yeah, we actually built the website. It was beautiful, wonderful, and then I told the person that we couldn't afford to keep it running because the world is quickly headed towards a recession and all of the entertainment businesses is like crashing and burning, and they canceled the Wheel of Time, and so like and Mistborn, the Sanderson movie, so like the entertainment business is really hurting, and so like you should really support your artists because like it's rough out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an expensive cost to keep that website running.
It was basically like here's all this stuff, which is what happens when you work for Magic Academy. This is what happens. They're like, here's this thing, and then when it doesn't happen in some capacity, you just never hear about it again.
Look.
But we still have the
Sometimes
website.
okay?
And if we ever want to deploy it because we have the money to maintain it, which is I think $2,000 a month or a year.
Oh my god! Squarespace, bitch! What the fuck?
Yeah.
This was like the same person who built NADPOD built our website.
Yeah, except for it's expensive to upkeep. So
It's just a little expensive. You have to keep retainer.
We don't make NADPOD money.
Don't make
do
NADPOD
not.
money.
if you'd like to
You
give us that
barely
fund,
cover
we would
costs.
appreciate it.
If you would like to get me in contact with Emily Axford and Brian Murphy,
If you want to help us, subscribe
Support
to Twitch.
us.
Twitch Prime, it's free.
Wait.
Take Bezos' money and give it to us. Give it to the gays.
True facts. True facts.
Now, where are we?
We're
So,
here.
in the
You
recap.
guys ended up at the top over here, and the hold on, it's
You have an error message blocking the entire
I
section.
know. I was removing it. You're up here at the battlefields of Torak. You four look over the horizon, and that's when you see not one, not two, not three, not four, not even 5, but 30
Oh God.
skeletons on 30 horseback. Skeleton horseback.
Are they so they're skeleton horses?
There are skeleton horses,
Ooh.
war horses specifically.
But I want one of the horses.
Are they evil horses?
Great question. Make me a perception or history check.
Oh, okay. Okay.
May I also make a perception or history check?
I'm going
Absolutely.
history.
I want to try.
I'm going with perception.
I want which dice do I want? I want you.
How's a
believe
solid
you.
22 sound?
11.
You say 2.
22.
22.
I got an 11.
Okay.
I got a 19.
Alan, you
Distracted.
not Alan.
Won't roll.
R.I.P.
You want me to roll as Alan?
Alan's dead.
R.I.P. Alan.
Oh my
What would
god.
Alan- What would Alan get? What would Alan get? Alan would get a 14.
My bad.
Basil, you now have inspiration.
Basil.
Miss.
Okay. I'm gonna roll it in Foundry because I don't think real dice are gonna be nice to me, but Foundry probably is also gonna be mean. Okay, 17. I'll take a 17.
Okay. You all
This is a
take a
stupid thing
look.
to use inspiration on.
Look over towards these war horses and these skeletons, and you see that they are very old. And they look fairly brittle. But you notice specifically that these skeletons have the same orange tattered colors and some of the coloring that Drawl was wearing, suggesting that these are possibly Vordani skeletons risen from the dead.
Yes.
Fitz.
What do I notice with a nat 20 dungeon master?
With a
LOL.
natural 20, you peruse the battlefield, looking around, noticing. Was this perception or history?
Perception.
Good. That's what I wanted you to say. Looking
Whatever you
around,
want.
you see this large monumental slab of stone that's 30 feet across in the middle of the field. They don't seem to notice you, but you hear this strange, I don't know what to call it, this like oozing, gurgling sound from a nearby cave that's about 100 feet off to the left, as you see the mountains are kind of like on the back of the landscape. And there's a few caves, but this, with a nat 20, you immediately clock this one specific cave where this sound is kind of coming from.
Hey guys, there's like a cave like that way that we should go to because it might be the reason why there's a bunch of skeletal horsies.
Yes.
Okay.
Also
And
might-
also our
might be
one
close.
crowd control caster is gone.
Yeah, we should I can
Fireball
control
this.
I can control a crowd. No, wait, no, I can't.
I
was like, no, you can't.
No, I sure cannot.
I don't know Basil's.
I can
spells.
control our crowd with
Yeah,
a
I
heal.
mean, I could overwhelm them in numbers. I could turn them to our side quite easily. 5 at a time.
Did you raise more skeletons from the field of battle?
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like this is the best place for a necromancer right now.
Oh, I'm fully in my element. This is a battlefield, an ancient battlefield from.
Why don't we
I
just
remember.
We
the
could just head
days.
over, but like
Yeah.
quietly. smoothly.
I will take lead.
Wise choice.
This is apparently crap. It's only me and Fitz that do melee damage in this bitch now. Oh no.
I can always thunder wave somebody away, so don't worry about it. I'm alright.
Sephi is now our tank. Let's go.
Let's go.
You head toward this cave, careful to not take too much attention from the skeletons. You're far enough away, and you see this large entrance that it doesn't seem like a lot of people have kind of trodden this way. It's off the beaten path. There's a bunch of these small little holes, perhaps used for safeguarding for whenever it rains or there's a large lightning storm in this plane. And you take a step forward, and that sound of gurgling kind of gets a little louder. And you see off in the distance a small glow in the back of the cave, a like misty purples and pinks and blues kind of emanating from the back of this cave, and it's offset by a person standing in front of it, their back facing you, and you see the silhouette of a man with longer hair, wearing very well-kempt leathered armor, and a small dagger off to the side. Down to his right, you see he's holding on to some type of what looks to be perhaps like a suitcase, and it looks seconds from falling out of his hand.
Like this
Okay.
is like just like a person
Yeah, for
standing
real.
there about to drop a suitcase.
Oh, that's
Hey,
yeah.
wait.
Hey, for real.
What's
Before we
up?
get too far,
Okay.
what happened to the guy that was with us from
Sammy?
the jail?
That's a really good
What's this
point.
place?
Oh.
Y'all went to jail?
Yeah, whatever.
No, the one that we broke out of jail.
Oh,
God.
When you miss a session and the party does
Right.
some wild shit.
and the good character's like, you went to jail?
I mean, technically,
We all
yes, but
went
no.
to jail.
You broke someone out of jail?
The two NPCs that I now have to keep track of and remember that I've given you. Rack Pack, a small
Metal
little
guy.
imp sits
The little
on
imp that lives on
Fitz's
my shoulder.
and goes, this is uncanny. And then Sam Weaver Ebenhilt, who will from now on be called Weaver. I won't remind you. Weaver, I'm going to say is not here.
Damn it.
Excellent.
Oh man,
One less.
Possibly with someone else.
he broke away from us.
He's probably with Felly.
Probably with that.
They probably
That makes
had an
sense.
orgy together.
Oh, they had a threesome. That's yes.
Yeah.
God.
Anyways,
Rude.
we should introduce ourselves to this. We should say hello to this man
Hello.
who's about to drop his briefcase.
It's your
Hi.
briefcase. Don't
So your
drop it.
briefcase is
You-
the ball.
I'm gonna catch the
hello.
briefcase.
You say hello, and the entire back of the cave pulsates. And you all see eyes start to crawl across the back of the cave in this hypnotic pattern. And I need all of you to make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
How novel.
That's like, oh, Full Metal Alchemist.
He's not gonna
I
put
know
us
this
on
'cause I'm
to
watching
sleep,
it.
right?
It is not a sleep, it is a charm.
Okay.
Is this
No.
wisdom?
Shadar Kai, I think, have
Oh,
a ancestry.
You
I'm
said
not
wisdom,
wise.
yes.
1 second. I gotta
Wisdom,
double check.
yes.
Thank you.
Wisdom saving throw.
What
I'm
did you
not
say?
rolling well today.
You're not speaking to me, the DM. I'm not.
Did I do it?
Okay. I get advantage on charmed. You
Nice.
said there's wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Nothing happened. Hold on. Let's try that again.
That's a good thing. 17.
Did my rolls roll?
Yeah, they're rolling.
Yeah, your rolls are rolling. You probably need to back out of Foundry
Like,
and relog back in.
Refresh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
You
they
got
also weren't
20
showing
and
for me,
21.
so.
Oh, okay, great.
You got a
You
20
got it.
and a 21.
Oh, great.
Awesome.
I got a 3.
Oh,
3,
nice.
fail,
I got 13.
fail,
17.
pass. Can I see the rolls now? I can. Look at that. A real person. Boop, boop. All right, here we go.
How enchanting these eyes are.
Fitz
What's up?
and Basil, you are charmed. You are considered incapacitated and have a speed of 0. Steffi, Arturo, you both notice that when you vocalize, say hello, the man doesn't acknowledge you, and your two companions have also stopped. Actually, I need to be a smart DM and also, Fitz,
What's up?
you will now have ownership over Rackpack,
Yay.
Oh, yay.
who also needs to roll.
Not the little guy.
They do have
Convert?
magical resistance.
Yeah.
So they get to roll twice?
I will give him advantage on any magical effect.
Was it a
20.
Oh, wow. That's
Oh,
good.
yay! Was it
30, 20.
does can Arturo distinguish if this was like a spell or if it was just like the pure aura of this man has caused us to
I don't think it's the man.
or whatever.
As Fitz and Basil kind of freeze, the eyes move. You very quickly are disillusioned, noticing that there's a small idol standing in front of the man, creating this glistening light from everywhere. And Rackpack kind of just tugs on your ear, Fitz, and goes, what are you doing?
Come on.
Cute.
Don't you see it? Beautiful.
I'm going to use telepathy to connect with Artie.
Mhm.
It's, I don't think it's the man. I think it's the idol.
Oh, I didn't even see
Do you
it.
still have the box?
I do.
We should probably shove it in that box.
Yes, we should. Okay. I would love to try to do that.
You walk up to the idol, taking it from its stand, and Artie, you look at it, and it's this large gelatinous cube looking idol.
Oh no.
And you see a symbol
Oh, no.
underneath it, on the pedestal underneath it. And that symbol is the same symbol of those few who had left your care and fled.
Fuck.
And as you put it in your magic nullification chamber and close it shut, everyone snaps out of the enchantment.
You good?
Yeah.
I don't, odd.
What was that?
We use the box.
On what?
The idol that you couldn't see, apparently.
No, there were eyes everywhere.
It was honestly terrifying.
It's beautiful.
No, opposite. Whatever the opposite of that is.
It's utterly enchanting.
I want to turn to the guy that was standing next to them.
Turn around to look at the man as he falls to his knees. His briefcase opens up to see pens and papers kind of scattered throughout and small little bones and artifacts. He looks over, kind of dazed and confused, and kind of like whips him back up to a suitcase and closes it, stands up. Hello. Where did you come from?
Are you all right?
Where did you go? Where did you come from?
I thought the same thing.
Are you all
I'm
right?
sorry.
Where'd you go?
I'm fine, I think. Kind of pats himself down and readjusts his glasses and clicks over one of the smaller ones that kind of zooms in and pops it back over. Goes, yes, all right. A little thirsty though.
What How long have you been in this cave?
Given by that response, I'm going to guess a few days. What day is it?
I tell him the date.
We don't know what it
Ah.
is either.
I've been in here for about 20 hours then. I got here earlier today.
Goodness.
Name, and he kind of rubs his hands off awkwardly with sweat and kind of reaches out and goes, Maximus.
Delicately shake his hand. Yes. Pleasure to meet you, Maximus. Basil Thorndusk.
How'd you find
Where
me?
do you hail from, Maximus?
I come from Nangrad.
Ah,
Oh,
Nangrath.
that's
I was-
this place over here.
Nangrath?
Nangrath.
Oh,
Yes.
number 15th?
Mhm.
15th. Number 15. It's
What brought you out here? I'll hand him some water as I'm asking questions.
He opens it up, just like chugs back a little bit of water, looks kind of sheepishly at you, like apologizing with his eyes, almost kind of like closes because well, I was looking for some artifacts that we could use, hopefully.
used for what?
I think we're missing some context. Who needs what and for what purpose?
Thimerson the Wise from Nangrath. I'm in charge of finding some magical items. Our attack, excuse me, Nangrath has been under attack for quite some time, especially since this curse took over. During the day, these gargoyles come in, swoop down, and steal people, and then during night, these creatures climb over the walls and take others. We've lost
curse?
thousands. I don't know if it's related or people just taking opportunities, but Nangrath has definitely seen some better days. I was looking for something magical, perhaps something here that was used in the Vodani War to help bring back so that we could overcome some of what's going on.
Hmm.
Is this curse from? Did it come from Oathbreaker?
Possible. Odric, son of Lord Erenbar Nangrath. He came from Oathbreaker with I can't read fast enough. Where's the name?
That's such a DM move.
For real.
Where's the name? Where's the name? Where's the name?
Where's the
While we're
name?
waiting for that, enjoy the puppy that's on the floor. I gotta raise him.
Primoronal.
Huh?
One more time.
With his Primoronal.
Primoronal. I will
Eh,
put
yes,
that in the
it's
chat.
And who
Primal?
might that be?
Rannel.
And
Hold
what is
on.
this relation to seemingly the king, the prince of Nangrath?
I think they were together. At least they came that way.
Like together?
Like in a gay way with the gay people.
Gays.
Artie goes.
Huh?
Well,
I pray.
Pray it away. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Oh, that was a joke.
Oh my
I'm
god,
joking.
no.
Artie is gay. I'm sorry, you guys. He's praying himself away.
I'm sorry. Kate,
it was
have to have your resignation on our
Damn, my
desk.
bad. Be your own self sometimes.
Odric returned from Oathbreaker shortly and said there were some things happening that he had to escape. Primo Ronald was captured, and well, we haven't seen Odric in some time too. The Lord there is quite upset.
Whatever's happening
He's
in
lost-
Oathbreaker is spread.
Yeah, I
Would it be
fear
so?
that would be the case.
You don't happen to have magical items. Perhaps I could take that one. Maybe we could take that one and I could bring it back to the Lord. And if it's in that case, then we can use it and we could set it at the edge of town to stop people from coming in. If you're willing.
Mm-mm.
not sure this idol would be wise to use for this purpose.
I think
I'm gonna-
anyone who looks at it is going to have issues, which would be an issue for anyone within the town as well as outside of the town.
I literally only found you because I rolled a nat 20. Like, otherwise you'd be dead. So
Literally.
Facts.
Fits right as usual.
Well, perhaps you could take it to the Lord, and have a conversation with them as well.
okay.
This strikes, as someone who is quite experienced in the arcane, this strikes me as one of those items that is perhaps meant to be left in its place. Not every item is for the adventurer's taking.
Mm-hmm.
Not adventures, it's survival of the fittest.
Hard disagree. We're absolutely taking it, but noted. I think we'll just keep it in the box, but I think it is coming with us.
If anything, we can give
But
it.
thank
to
you for
the
thank you for saying so, Basil. I appreciate your input.
Right.
I mean, if anything, if we were to put it back and leave it here, then any random individual could definitely walk in, take it, and or get trapped like this poor guy here.
Is that really our concern? We
Fitz
have
is
Yeah.
like,
such bigger fish to fry.
Oh my god.
Fitz is like almost like bouncing on her heels. She's like kind of giddy in a way you've never seen. She's like, "That's what I live for."
Artie?
I guess the treasure hunter.
Oh, while all y'all are talking, Artie would like to look at the pedestal that the idol was on that had that symbol. Like, is there any other in the surrounding like cave? Are there any other signs that that this cult has any activity here in this part or anything like that? Or like, yeah, what can I
You-
glean from this?
Yeah, you take a quick look at the altar and then the space around, and you notice on the altar too, what seems to be these small, kind of like finger bones, but they're not of any human. If you would like to make a, ooh, I probably need to look at your character sheet. Survival. I think survival off the top of my head is probably the best type of role for figuring out what type of bones these belong to.
I think that is survival.
I get excited when I actually use like other than the normal, like we all know D&D, you roll like the same 5 fucking stats.
Yeah,
when
but
I
it's like,
finally think
oh
of one
my
other, I'm like,
God.
ooh, I'm being
A
creative.
medicine check. Yeah. Can I
Oh,
give
I love a
myself
medicine check.
can I give myself a guidance?
Yes.
Okay. Did I do it? I did it.
These
Whatever it is. 26, I think it was.
22.
Was it 22?
22.
Okay, I can't do math and I couldn't see my stuff.
These look like small bones, like the fingered talons of a dragon.
Oh. Of a dragon? I'm sure it's a dragon. Damn, I'd be knowing shit. Okay.
I just be knowing shit.
It's a 22. Yeah, you know shit.
I'd be knowing shit. Okay. Like, oh, yep. I remember this from a ritual back at home. This is definitely a talon of a dragon.
Do you know anything about this area? Are you familiar with the Shandar Mountains, Artie?
No, not really. But this symbol here is one of the very familiar to me. This one is one of the symbols of a cult that I have been tracking for some time now.
Cult?
Cool.
Oh, good. Another one? Cult of what?
New faction, let's go.
Themselves. Wait, I forgot the name. They call themselves. This is the cult that I'm familiar with, right? Okay. They call themselves the Cult of the Blind God. It's one that. It's one
History check.
that.
Yeah.
It's one that Alan.
You guys can all make a history
mentioned.
check if you like.
Fucking hell. I have a +10.
Damn.
19.
I've read the ancient texts.
19 flat.
Damn.
13.
This is a relatively new occurrence spawned from Arturo's past. And so it's not something you can glean from an old history book. But
That's why I don't
you
know it.
guys all, I will say with the 19s, the Sephi Basil, maybe there's other people you've met that might know some information.
Within the court, noble court, or what have you.
Another name for this blind god, right? Or somewhat related, is the unseen one. One of the blind gods.
I think Alan mentioned that.
Alan.
Yes, Alan did
Oh.
mention that.
Are you?
We should be near the monastery at this point.
Yeah. Have you visited the monastery? Is that who you're looking for?
Well, I didn't even know that the monastery was related in any way, but here we are. So
I also turned to the guy from the village. Have you asked the monks for help?
Oh no, I've not gone to see Mother Electo at all.
They might be able to help you.
I was gonna head to the Dragon's Bones and talk to my friend Salvaro.
Sure, you know better than we do about what the city needs. But is it safe for you to go by yourself?
Yes, Salvaro's pretty kind. He often has information, and I enjoy being able to spend some time looking at the large skeleton that lies therein.
I'm interested, but also I'm more meant for the travel.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm good at staying under the radar.
In Basil's head, how do you feel about using necromancy on a large bone dragon?
Now you're speaking my language. Finally, someone gets it.
I just want to know. I do not know the extent of Basil's power, so I'm trying to test the waters to see how powerful Basil really is.
curious.
Dragon might be difficult. Perhaps if I were to use a great deal more power than the spell usually requires, perhaps the gods above might allow me to use speak with dead. Perhaps not animate dead, but speak with dead could be very interesting. And I do speak Draconic.
There could be a play. We'll see how it goes.
I think I have raised dead.
Where is this located,
Yeah.
my friend? New friend.
Yes, where?
The landmark of the dragon?
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're not from around here.
Alas, it's been many years since I've visited the Shandar Mountains.
And he
I hold out a map and I go, point.
Or draw. Either way.
he points just across the river.
Okay.
And he goes, it's not too far, probably a few hours walk.
Well,
Reasonable.
Could stop at the dragon and then head up to the monastery. At least
Yeah.
the monastery at least deserves to know about Alan's passing.
yes. Plus, they
Don't
might
go.
have some insight. Any of these people might have any insight into what's really going on in Onadbir and how we can stop it.
True.
Don't go too close to the Thornwoods. I've heard people have gone missing.
Oh, yes, many have gone missing in the Thornwoods.
Any idea what's causing it?
Spooky woods. You ever heard of it's sometimes there's just very dense thorny woods that are just a little too dark to go into. So one might refer to it as a bit of an outback region, where things just sort of go missing if you go too deep.
I was thinking of The Giver the whole time.
Oh
Anyways,
my god, LOL.
I was thinking of Australia.
That's funny.
but heard. Well, maybe usually people disappear because of something.
I'm sure there's plenty of reasons to disappear in the Thornwoods. I personally have never delved deep into them.
Could be a hag. Could be a group of hags. Could be a whole nother cult.
I personally would prefer not to encounter more hags just yet, so perhaps staying clear of the tree line.
Fine.
Would be
Let's
wise.
maybe we can cut across one of the smaller inlets of the river as it.
Yes.
No, we heard you.
No, we heard you.
It took a second, but we got
Oh,
there.
okay. Gotcha.
Could I take
Yes, I think crossing one of the small inlets would be apropos.
Could I take 10 minutes to cast telepathic bond and open a group chat?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like a group Snapchat.
Yes, group
I love
Snapchat.
it.
That
Why
way we
we
don't
have a group Snapchat for Magic Academy.
like look at that. Now we can
Don't
be
we?
in
That's good question.
a group chat. If only Felly were here, he would have loved this.
Yes. He'll catch up eventually, I'm sure.
We'll add him to the
Hmm.
group chat later.
Is there any way for us to track him down?
Not
mean,
at this
the-
distance.
The easiest way would be to just send
How
in a
did y'all
sending.
find me?
I followed, and I look at your head.
Oh. Locate object.
Yes.
We could also,
Oh.
I could also just cast sending and just ask Fel where he is.
Mhm. Not
Perhaps
today,
he's-
but I could also scry. It's new.
Assuming that he knows where he is.
That's assuming
He
he knows where
didn't
he
land
is.
barn is in Nangrath with everyone.
Huh?
Wait,
You don't know anything about how we arrived in this place?
how do you know
Yeah.
that?
You're right. Sorry, I'll see myself out.
Wrong NPC?
Anyways, if you're gonna go to the Dragon's
right
Bones,
back.
why you might as well accompany us.
Okay.
Picking up another stray.
You want me to lead or
Sure.
Yes, if you don't mind.
this way?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Take us back.
sorry.
Sorry, I got excited. It's this way, and heads off the other direction.
LOL.
Oh,
It's giving Milo Thatch.
God. Are you all
It's-
sure?
Puts her
ought
head
to
in her hand.
are you all sure we ought to follow this gentleman?
He's a scholar. Look at his briefcase.
Anyone can buy a briefcase, dear.
No, something
I'm
tells
less
me
interested in
he's a
this guy and more interested in his very knowledgeable friend. We don't know.
Dragon?
Yes, we don't. We don't have a good idea. I mean, we kind of know what's happening in Oathbreaker, but not enough of an idea. And if it's
Yeah.
still spreading, I mean, Nangrath is nowhere near Oathbreaker. Like we're talking days of travel, at least over the road.
Yes.
If it's spread that far already, I hate to see what comes next.
Mhm.
That's true enough.
What was that?
And after
Yeah,
some of
me
what we've
too, like-
seen, I don't trust anyone else to take care of this damn curse except for us at this point.
True.
I don't trust none of y'all bitches.
Period.
Y'all power hungry.
I was rolling for random encounter.
Okay.
Mhm.
Story's checking out so far.
All right, sure.
And no encounter happens. I can actually move this down here as a hotkey because you guys are going to do that quite often. So you head off to this place named the Dragon's Bones. And this place is unlike anything you've ever seen. You cross over a hill to see these beautiful mountains, and kind of wedged in between them, this gigantic skeleton of what could have been a bronze dragon lies at the edge of a rocky ledge by the shore of the river that cascades into the woods below. The dragon's bones are polished and don't bear any signs of mossy covering on the rocks beside it. The ledge provides a cover from the elements and a small indent underneath, where you see a small armor-clad figure sitting at a campfire, poking at it, kind of stirring it a little bit. And Maximus goes, "That's Silvaro."
Hail and well met indeed. Would you care to introduce us to your friend?
Yeah. And he kind of takes a step over. Silvaro. And you see the man look up. And as he does, you notice this man has blonde hair, kind of in a Karen bob, a mustache, and a beard. And his eyes have a pale white to them, as if glassed over, and there's no irises in them. He bears the symbol of a dragon on his chest and is wearing full armor. And he kind of leans back and goes, "Maximus, is that you?"
He's blind.
Yes, I have friends with me. They came to ask questions. If you don't mind, they seem to have found a talent you might have been missing. And he kind of stands up and goes, "You have something."
Yes. We've managed to... Well, we stumbled upon the same cave as your friend here.
You see as the man takes his palms out, and these wisps kind of pour onto the ground, and you see them kind of reach out and pull back, and he uses them to guide him through the terrain as he takes steps with confidence. Pleasure and well met. Forgive me. I am unable to see exactly where you are, and I don't want to strike you with one of my wisps on accident. I am.
Yes.
I'm the keeper here, Silvaro.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure. A pleasure indeed.
Good to meet you. My name is Arturo.
Pleasure to meet as well, Arturo.
Hi, I'm Fitz, and I got a package.
Yay!
Get those
Basil's-
maps.
I'm so
Basil's
excited.
Sephi doesn't say anything.
What are you here for? Perhaps I could provide information in exchange for that talent you might have acquired. It belongs to this statue that I've been maintaining.
I'm not quite sure why we're here.
We are, in one way or another, we all hail from Oathbreaker. Something is happening, something that originates there and involves forces far and beyond our understanding, our control. Even the Shadow Realm almost collapsed into our realm before we were able to stop it. But nonetheless, we heard you were very wise from your friend here. I wondering if maybe you had any ideas or answers. It seems like whatever is there has spread to Nangrath. So you might be soon following that.
If that is the case, then I shall continue my duty and take care of this dragon and live out my days in solitude.
Actually, about your dragon, how old is it?
Quite old. And you see
How?
him kind of take he takes a hard swallow and kind of shifts a little.
Reading that body language only used to detect thoughts.
We have Felly at
Surface
home.
thoughts. With
Felly at home.
surface thoughts, you get this feeling of care and love. Almost familial.
I
You
share
push
that
further.
information with the rest of the group. The group chat.
The group chat.
I'm not going to delve deeper.
It's quite clear how much you care about your work. And we believe your work would best be preserved by the removal of this curse. So if you have any information about perhaps the history of this dragon that might give us a clue.
There's also
Go ahead.
in the group chat,
Mhm.
or the dragon could just tell us.
Or the dragon could just possibly tell us if you would allow me to cast Speak with Dead
No.
upon the dragon.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
May I ask why?
No one needs to. I don't wish to. Misfortune follows me wherever I go. There's a curse that I am bound to,
Okay.
and you only invite more chaos, and I couldn't.
I would
I
argue
assure you,
we are not inviting chaos. We are seeking order by way of information.
What you need to know, I'll tell.
And tell us everything. Tell us the history of this dragon, this place.
And any visitors that come here.
Not many come by. There's not many. There's not many. This dragon was Thelamis. He was a bold dragon who had a friend, a dragon friend, Lord Eard Waitus. They were close for a long time, and well, dragons age differently.
Yes.
And the human was left slowly, but surely, meet their own fate. The dragon was devastated.
I can imagine.
He went out looking for other people and food. And when he came back home, there was these creatures inside. One of the creatures lodged itself onto the Lamis to when he tried to escape and fled the caves. Well, this is as far as he made it, before it ended up eating away at its insides.
So then why would it, what sort of chaos would we be inviting by speaking with this dragon?
Roll me a DC 15 persuasion check.
I'm just
Guidance.
legitimately asking him what kind of chaos.
Guidance!
Thank you for guidance. I'm just like, this dude's being cagey for no reason. I can't roll today. That's a 15.
I want to help.
Beats it, beats it.
Oh, meets it, beats it. Yeah.
Visa, visa.
Yay, Yari.
He
What sort of
looks
chaos
down
is this that we're inviting?
and he goes, because misfortune is my
Yes,
quarter.
misfortune follows you. Yes, I understand. We all have our curses. We are all.
And I would rather you not reawaken my father.
Oh, eyes
Um,
emoji.
Well,
Hey.
good news.
It was either that or lover. I wasn't quite sure where we were at.
Well, good news. It's not really like a bringing back to life. I don't do the full revivify thing. It's you get questions, and you would be able to ask questions. We of course, is your father. You would get a couple of questions as well. Would get 5 questions. Could ask anything you like.
No questions I have for him. I felt the pain that day when we left.
How long
It
ago
was the
was
one-
this?
Several hundred years ago. I was
You're-
the one who went back to the shrine, to the to the cave. Not too long ago, I managed to brave myself. When I returned there, I found that it was converted to some type of shrine. They had taken these gel-like creatures and tried to create the largest creature out of it. Some unholy gargantuan gelatinous cube. And there was these creatures on the ground. Looked like they had given their life, bearing a symbol on them, and I took one look at it and, well, I read it as some type of thing that caused complete blindness.
There's a chance, maybe, that your father might have information that might be able to save us, to save all of us. If you let us talk to him, we will we will swear to only ask the questions we need. I'm not here to pry into your history, to unearth bad blood between the two of you. I simply want someone who was there, who can tell us, who might have been there, can see. It's a primary source. It's so valuable. And if at the end of it you do have a question you'd like to ask, then I think we can save one for you.
The benefit extends beyond you.
Roll me a DC 18 persuasion.
Sick nasty.
Guidance. I would like to
I'm
help.
so I'm so gowed.
Can my good persuasion check from before count as help?
Meets it, beats it.
Yeah. Pizza is good.
I would like to provide the help action. Oh, I can't. If I'm guiding. I
Not
Oh,
20.
we don't need it.
Period.
We don't need it.
We don't need it.
He looks
For
down.
28.
I do not wish to be that, but you may. If you must.
I'm gonna turn to the others in our little group chat. Look, I know this is kind of stupid, but can we just like give him the talent? Do we have to bargain with
Yes. No, we.
I'm like sad already. I'm like
I mean,
sad.
He's already given us the permission to cast the spell.
It's only right to give
The
it
talent
talent.
is
I think-
ours to keep.
I
Right.
think we could
I will
do whatever we
return the
want.
talon. Thank you.
Thank you. And he takes it and he reaches his hands out. And you see him walk away swiftly with Maximus as you hear them talk about Namgrath and Lord Arden.
Hey, what kind of curse can cause permanent blindness for someone who's been alive for hundreds of years?
You don't know. The
Maybe
fact
he
that
got done this cube into his eyes.
You think like it? Does it look like they're like burned somehow? Like acid ate away at his skin? Gross.
Yeah,
You know what I mean.
on his bones, maybe.
I know you know who I am. Sorry.
I love that song.
Need
Did you see the Pro Shot, Kate? Did you watch the Pro Shot? Did you watch Pro Shot?
No.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's free. I'll send you a link.
Please send me the link. Oh my god. One of my favorite musicals. And I'm holding
No, correct.
on.
Correct.
I won't let go.
Let me go. Okay, sorry.
Sorry.
I am the one who knows you. Okay, sorry.
I am the one.
Sorry, that made me happy.
Literally my favorite musical. Anyway,
it's okay. It gives me time to read.
we just sing.
It
I'm crying.
I'm dying to play Natalie. Just so you know.
Yes!
I'm dying to
Oh my
play
God.
Natalie.
Yes. If you ever do, you need to let me know because I will go wherever you are.
You have to play Henry, Ev. You have to play Henry. You have to play Henry.
That'd be so cute.
That would be so cute. Oh my god.
he
I would love
does
that.
have burn scars on his eyes.
Oof.
He got a little bit of cube in his eye.
He just, it's not that he can't see, he just has no fucking eyes.
Is there a way
Something like
to cure that?
Well, our druid, probably, our cleric, excuse me. Not a druid.
I was gonna say,
who's
like,
the druid?
Like, when did we become druids?
Sorry, I used to know this little
Not
old
me.
lady back in the day.
Insert secret player.
I used to know this little old lady. She was a lovely druid. She had a bajillion kids.
oh. LMAO.
I think a greater restoration might get most of the way there, but a wish spell would definitely reverse.
Well, who's
Well,
a wish spell in
Hello,
this
for
economy?
real. Like, I am not that strong. I could do a greater restoration.
Wish in this economy? I don't think so. So, do we want to pre-prepare our questions before I try to cast this spell?
No, wing it. Let's go.
I have no idea what to ask this dragon.
I also
Fitz,
I'm not the thinky person here.
Fitz, I think you should lead the way forward through this.
Absolutely. I'm best on my feet.
I'll take care of the spell casting. You lead the way, and we'll play support. Now
I'm also the main character, so I can't do no wrong.
Oh,
now I would like to cast Speak with Dead.
Okay.
I would like to use I would prefer to use a 4th level spell, but if a 5th level slot is required, I can use my single 5th level spell slot, considering because we just leveled up and we haven't taken a long rest, I don't have a 5th level spell prepared. So if I need to use the 5th level spell slot, I can, but I would prefer to use a 4th.
I believe written as I do have a
it's a-
special rule.
It's a
You
3rd level
can
spell.
use it is a 3rd level spell.
It's a 3rd level spell, but I know it's not technically. I mean, it does just say corpse.
mm-hmm.
But typically, they think of like humanoids.
But you typically think of like humanoids. Yeah.
It's yes, but it doesn't say.
This
It
this
does recycle corpse.
is an old corpse, and it is just bones. I would say this requires a 5th level spell slot.
What if I help?
You can cast a lower spell slot, like a 4th level, but you will gain a point of exhaustion in return.
What if?
Yeah, those suck.
What
Yeah.
if
I'm not looking to take exhaustion.
What if? Yeah, I was gonna say. What if Arturo assists with like the spell casting? Because he also can cast Speak with Dead.
If we could do a little like tag
Like,
team.
could we do like a 2 spell casting like
Twin spell.
like, and then maybe it could be at 4th level instead?
Do you know that spell?
I do, and I have it prepared.
You both will expend a 4th level spell slot.
Okay.
I think I feel like this is a good
I think that's
compromise.
acceptable.
Yeah.
I think that's reasonable.
Still a cost, but it's better.
Yeah. But just
I think that's reasonable.
because the 5th level is I'm trying to say
Because
this.
5th level, yeah,
Yeah.
because like I might need that.
Yeah, exactly. You might need
I
that.
might need to do a big counter spell. Who knows?
Right.
So yeah, Artie and I together will sort of I'll even take off a glove and just sort of like hold out my hand kind of like this, not like fully open, still kind of hiding the palm a little bit.
Okay.
With the tealish green light, that fire that sort of doesn't quite reanimate it, but gives it the ability to speak. Sort of a glowy, like my eyes glow, its eyes glow, maybe Artie's eyes glow. That's up to Artie.
Oh, that'd be so cute for us.
We do
like,
we do a little eye glow.
like sun and moon kind of
Yeah.
thing. Ooh, woo, cute for us.
Woo.
Light and dark, life and death. You know, I love.
Yeah.
I love a good
Oh my
balance.
God.
right?
What a dichotomy.
Ooh,
What are your questions?
why you
Okay.
dead? No, I'm kidding. Sorry. Why you dead?
What's your favorite color? No.
Oh.
My question. What do you know about the curse that is afflicting the land of Aglarion?
It responds, I did not know there was a curse.
Okay, so
Damn.
like I tell him how we got here. And I go, so there's a crown, and then there's a prince who was kidnapped, but not really, and then the princess was blah blah blah, and I go blah 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 blah. And I say all this at the corpse in like 10 minutes, and everyone's very impressed with how quickly I say that. And I
Damn.
go,
The TLDR for real.
would you like to answer now? What do you
I
know
do
about
not know how that became to be.
Thanks. This was
Yeah.
a really useful use of 4 spell slots. I say to myself out loud.
That is okay.
So does that count as using 2 questions, or is that 1 question?
I'll kind of count that as one.
Okay, cool. We get 5.
I want to ask him something about this thing that happened to him with the eyes, but I don't know what I want to know. I don't know what I want to know about it. Did you have something? Sorry, while I think of how to word this question.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something like, do you know, because, oh my God, something that fucking, oh my God, what was his name? Something that Lord Sin was telling us about with the whole story of like the prince getting lost, becoming evil Prince of Darkness man.
The tree?
The tree, yes, the tree.
Tree?
The tree of something. God, what was it called?
Tree of something.
The tree of...
Oh, God.
Tree of
Dang.
something. Tree.
Because it wasn't in the book. I remember looking for it.
No, that's right. It wasn't in the book, so we have no information.
What did I tell you?
The tree
Something about
of
the tree that the tree
shadow,
that's
like the tree. There's like a tree that might get us to the Fey realm.
Yeah.
Maybe some sort of like portal X.
I did
thingy.
tell you that.
I wouldn't, but we don't know where it is or anything
That's
about
how
it.
they get to the. Oh. When you go through the tree, and then
Yeah.
that's how you get to the Fae. Do you know where the tree is? No, we looked for it for a while. The Will Tamers tried. Sinmonder might
Okay.
know because he was there, but
And
he's
Sinmonder
dead,
didn't know.
and he did not know, and he's dead.
Do you remember what the tree's called?
No,
Okay,
it just says
well,
the tree.
Okay,
It
well,
might
I don't
have-
think I gave you a name. Of the
It wasn't
tree.
a name.
Okay.
It was just a tree.
I will ask, do you know where the tree is that allows us to enter the Fey realm. And can you tell us where it is? And tell us where it is, please.
There are many trees in many places. There are those in the thornwoods that wish to harm. Those in the king's forest which are lush and verdant. Those in the wedgewood which are older and barren. And those in the Arden forest which are often not explored.
So there's lots of ways to get into the Fey realm.
It would seem. Perhaps we just need to convince a dryad to take us.
What about the Dowager? What was her? We like kind of. Yeah, she. Because I'm remembering now. The thing that happened that we from Lord Sin that we kind of know but not really is that we kind of assumed that like the Dowager was maybe replaced by like this evil Fey Queen, or like someone was replaced, or like because they came back with the prince, but it was the wrong princess or something like that. There was something that happened. Does anyone recall better than Sarah?
Say it
does?
again.
Do you remember? So the like, someone was replaced
Yes.
in that
Yes.
fateful trip.
Was
it the Dowager?
Yes.
Yes.
The Dowager was replaced,
Mhm.
and the prince was killed.
Yes.
We know that she's actually a hag. We heard that from
She was
Mhm.
replaced
From-
with a hag.
with a hag. Do you remember which hag? There's like 3 of them.
It was
Or there's
Blister.
probably like 1,000 of them. Blister.
Blister. Yes.
Okay. Do you
Was
know
there a
where
question?
Blister
Oh,
hides
sorry.
herself? No, I was trying to think of how to word it. Blister, hag queen,
We
pretend took
don't
the
know
form
who
of Dowager.
Blister is.
She's
I'm
ancient.
starting
You
to
certainly
get
know who she is. She's ancient.
I'm starting to get the feeling that perhaps this dragon may not know as much about the wider predicament as we had assumed.
I don't know. That's something less important, unless anyone else has any ideas.
Perhaps we could ask about the gelatinous cube thing.
Sure.
Do you know
Yes.
anything about a cult in relation to gelatinous cubes?
And the blind
Harmed
god,
your son. And the
or
blind
the
god.
unseen
question?
one.
Yes. Do you know
Yes.
anything about the cult of the blind god or these
The
gelatinous cubes?
Yeah, or the unseen one.
Or the unseen one?
I don't know if
Okay.
they might be all related. They might be.
That's what I was thinking, because
Yeah.
they took his eyes.
Yeah, that's what right. Blindness, unseen.
Ah. I know about many oozes. Their pain was unbearable. I had to flee my lair. And I had to leave my friend, Lord Whitus, behind. I'm dead because of them.
Because of Mediosus and Lord Whitus? That's not a question. That's not a new question. That's not the 5th question.
Yeah, we're asking the DM.
Okay, so because of
he's-
Mediosus and
Because of how English
Lord
language
Whitus.
works, he's referring to the gelatinous cubes that killed him.
Okay.
They have a name.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Only that the pain was unbearable, that he had to leave his friend behind, and he's dead because of that.
Lisa.
Yes.
Sophie's going to step forward and ask, what can you tell us about your friend? If he survived, where he would be, anything like that.
You guys good with that being your last question?
Yep.
That sounds
He says, Lord Eardwhite's Arden. We
Can
talked
we
for
get that
many a
spell in
time.
the chat?
Yeah, seriously. I thought you said Midas, and I was like,
No.
Midas, like the Midas touch.
Oh, God.
Midas!
Period. Okay, sorry.
Big blonde
Um,
boy coming back.
Irid, my whitus. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Iridosoclitis.
Good one.
He was a red cloak and a friend of mine. He was in my lair, and age took him. He, last time I saw him, had this adorable, looked to be like a clay torque on his arm. One that looked just fit him well. And he laid to rest there with the rest of my horde before it was infested with those corrosive animals that ended me so. And the dragon skeleton loses its glimmer
No.
as it goes lifeless again. And a single tear comes down the skeleton's eye hole.
Oh.
We may need
Damn, I'm
go
about to,
back
like-
the cave. Or
We're
find
about
the
to-
cave where his fort is.
Yeah.
I think so.
That's banking on the fact that the gelatinous cubes didn't disintegrate that skeleton.
Could I use the torque that I have to see if I can find other torques within, I forgot how many miles around me?
You can absolutely feel that pulse. It is a 30-mile radius in any direction. Does this thing have accurate measurement on this? I doubt it.
I don't know.
Oh, I doubt that. Just because
it
of how big
does.
it is. Oh, it does.
It does.
Sweet.
So one,
accurate?
oh my,
Is it accurate?
I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm not drawing a specific location. Don't matter. I just plopped them down.
It's basically like in these hexes that surround us. Our hex and hexes around us to a point.
Yeah.
Got
If
it.
that helps.
Okay.
Yeah, going all the way to Wedgwood is too far.
Like,
Right about here.
Yeah.
So
How'd you get-
from point to point of each.
I'm a dummy. That's why. Okay.
From point
Got
to point
it.
on each. There's a key at the bottom. So yeah, it is. It is.
You,
It is.
I'm going to say this. You feel a very, very, very faint tingle, but you cannot sense direction. You cannot tell if it's just the magic aura. You're not quite sure if you're picking it up or not.
Okay.
We should. Oh, go ahead.
The sun will probably know where the original
Yeah.
layer was.
And if he doesn't, then we can ask the monks in the Shandar Mountains. I'm sure they're aware.
Very likely.
Okay. Let's go talk to the
We-
sun.
Could also see if the sun will let us make camp for the night.
Yes, I'm an old man, and I do need to rest my bones.
Are you old if you're undead?
LOL.
I'm not
old or just
undead. Why do you all think that I'm undead? I'm just
I-
old.
Don't know. Maybe the very thin skin that suction cups to your bones.
Listen, it's called an aesthetic. It's called getting old. You're all going to experience it one day when you reach 200.
I'm lucky I'll die first.
Dying's not
You-
that bad.
Find Solaro placing the talon in place and kind of feeling around with their hands. And what was the other guy's name? I know it started with an M. Maximus. My brain said
yeah.
Matthias and it was stuck. Maximus kind of reaches down and kind of helps helps him a lot, and he kind of shakes his head, and they both stand up and pivot back towards you, and Maximus looks and goes, Sabaro, they're back. Thank you. I'm glad that my father can be whole again. I hate when people take souvenirs.
Understandable.
We were wondering if you knew, if you could point us in the direction of his old hoard. We're
Look for the Leia
curious about
Salamis.
this. Yeah, the cult that's there. We might need to find them and potentially deal with them.
Yes. It's
That's really helpful because that's what it's called. Anyways.
LOL. LOL.
Wow.
you.
Oh.
He points, kind of, he goes, follow the ridge along west, and you'll find it.
It's
You mean
west.
west.
West,
You mean
northwest.
west, dear boy.
Directions, I usually just fly in circles above.
We can tell.
And I'm gonna peek into Artie's mind real quick.
Mhm.
Do you want to try
Is
and
this
restore
is this a
his vision?
DM or is this the group chat?
No, I'm going. Do you want to? I guess it's the group chat, but like, do you want to actually try and restore his vision?
Yes. If we can,
It's your
Do it
magic.
as a ritual.
let's go.
You do it as a ritual.
Mm-hmm. I will. Can I?
Greater Restoration?
It is not a ritual spell. Oh, there.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
This is what Majesty
Um,
looks like.
You can use Greater Restoration.
Okay.
You do have a diamond dust worth at least 100 gold pieces, right?
Yes. I have 100 gold I don't know. I'm gonna be fair. I don't know.
You
I
can.
I
it's-
have
pretty sure
100
we
gold.
have some form of diamond or ruby or something. I remember us grabbing gems from the fucking castle.
I do remember that too, because I was like, are any of these worth 300 gold for a Revivify? And I remember that I tried to get as much as I could.
roll a d4.
Okay. D4 roll. It's a 2.
You have 2.
Yay! Okay, I
You
want
use
to
one
use it.
to cast Greater Restoration. And it
The way
doesn't.
I've never tracked a material component in my life.
Only
We
when
I
it
usually
says
have
it. Only when it
the
says
gems.
it. The ones that cost money.
monetary.
Yeah.
Yeah. You cast the spell, and it reduces the impact or the need they have for their magic. And he kind of looks up and says, "Thank you. This will help me live longer, I suppose."
Oh,
It's really
is-
sad.
is that not what you wanted? Damn, my bad.
It's okay. I suppose I'd want to help someone out in need as well if I came across them.
Maybe
Do you want to live?
You can't just ask someone.
when
You
Basil
just
asked,
asked me like a question, Basil.
I said it for the
Listen,
best.
I-
It's wild.
When you're as old as I am, it starts to become a valid question. It's important to destigmatize end-of-life conversations. Make sure you talk to your parents about their funeral plans.
You still have parents?
He looks at you and says, "Life is suffering, and that is the life made for me. I am willing to accept for however long that lasts."
Well, I hope it's exactly the length you want it to be, and I give him a little pat on the shoulder.
I would
Thank you.
gently, a gentle, the most gentle of suggestions.
Maybe you want to die? No.
No, the most gentle of suggestions.
I'm looking.
I think that you might find a greater purpose. There's always something else, another choice. And that's not to say you have to make that choice right now or tomorrow. But even when you feel like there's nowhere else you can really go, you're capable of much more than you think. You might surprise yourself.
Steps forward and grabs Fitz's hands. And you feel the magic tendrils kind of climb up your arm a little bit. And he goes, "Don't worry, my child. I'm not adverse to challenges. Life will always take on different forms of pain. You might have to give things up. You might have to sacrifice. My father sacrificed his life for mine, and it is an honor to maintain it for those who come from far and wide to see, to live and experience my father's shadow. I choose this life of pain because it is one that I know that I am able to bear. I'm sure you all have experienced moments you have had to burden pain for others, whether it's a symbol of honor, you can make it. But I choose to remain humble.
Fitz sort of like hearing that last bit, like kind of not, I wouldn't say rips her hand away, but she kind of like moves her arm back to her side. No. Never. And she will walk away.
Youths these days, am I right?
Turns to you, Basil, goes, and I can't wait to die.
You and me both, my friend. We'll get there one day. Just keep pushing through. I don't even know if I can die.
And they'll head over back to Maximus as they kind of gather a few berries and start to make camp. You're welcome to join us if you need a place to stay for the night. I don't have anything luxurious. Only a few blankets on the ground. It might get a little chilly tonight.
That's all right.
I'll go find some firewood or something.
And
Suppose we should take a long rest.
Yes.
yes, and I'll take a long rest. Is there anything you guys would like to say in this moment? Talk to each other, talk to an NPC. Your downtime.
I'm not prepared for anything.
Arturo is a lot more pensive, not as talkative. Yeah, he's a little bit more solemn. So he might avoid the group chat. He's linking everyone. Yeah, exactly. And thus avoiding speaking to his friends.
I ask the dragon, not the humanoid form of the dragon, because I've already forgotten his name. That just went one ear out the other.
Salvaro.
Salvaro. Okay. I ask him, do you know anything of the god that the monks worship up in the mountains?
The unseen.
Sure.
Yes, I've spoken to Mother Electo, the Stone Seer, every once in a while. She was one of the few that would go into the heart of the temple. I've heard that it's like a large cavern hole that goes to the center of the earth. She goes to it and speaks down, and she says every once in a while she hears a voice back. She took a young man in there recently, an Alan.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Alan is no longer with us.
It's unfortunate.
The sap in me wants to go back and say that is why I said unfortunately, but that is not what it is.
I'm sure that'll create quite a confusion. Mother Elector, she was pardoned of her position after that incident because she came out saying that there was some type of prophecy and that Basil had to go do something. Alan, sorry. I'm looking at you over here, so I saw the name. Alan had to go off and do something, and Alan gave another story, and people assumed that Mother Elector had just starting to show their age, and Alan was an unfortunate victim.
So you're telling me these people worship a god that only kind of shows its voice sometimes to certain people, and then when she was like, the god said this time, everyone went, nah fam, that's not what it would have said, even though none of us have heard it?
There are a few select magic users. They're the ones that raised the flag. They said that there was this energy pulsating from the ground. Some people said it was the unseen coming from within the mountain. Others felt that this energy coming from within the earth itself was some type of a negative, feral energy. It caused a divide in the mountain. Some chose to investigate. Some said it was too dangerous. Some said that they wanted to accept it. Some that have chosen to accept this power have gone further into the mountains or fled and have never been seen.
Did this all happened after the young man left?
Yeah.
Fascinating. Did your friend, did he ever mention anything to you all?
Alan had memory problems. We were trying to help him piece it together.
He did say that he had something to do that he had heard from his deity, but no one seemed to believe him. So that lines up.
Well, I'm sure everyone's been there of, I'm experiencing this, no you're not,
Yeah.
Mm.
In there.
Well, it's too bad we can't ask him more questions. We'll have to go and investigate ourselves.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
That's a tomorrow problem. But I would think before we go to this lair. Hopefully. Who knows? We'll
Yeah,
see what
I would-
we do in the morning.
Might be wise to get more information before we go charging in.
Know if the unseen and this blind god are the same,
Indeed.
or perhaps two heads of the same coin.
Potentially. I mean, if they're saying that it's coming from the mountain, from a pit, then it could be that the pit is connected to the old dragon horde where this god is.
All the pieces are coming together. That's nice. Nice change of pace for us.
Didn't you perhaps mention in passing that Alan had also spoken with Dead with a friend of his who had come after him, who had mentioned being sent something about the blind god?
Oh god, that's so long ago.
I was the
Yes,
for
that happened.
Yes,
I
I
remember.
that, but I believe that was mentioned
It's
to
in
me
the
in
notes.
passing, probably by Arturo.
Yes.
So-
No, Arturo is. So I'm so sorry that I'm not saying shit. It's because Arturo is not saying shit. Arturo is listening, but kind of dissociating from this conversation. And when you say that, Basil, he kind of it kind of pulls him out of his little reverie, and he will say, yes, we spoke to. I wish I could find my notes because I forgot his name.
Raggy.
Vraggy, yes, thank you. We had
Voice Fraggy.
R.I.P. Vraggy. We'll pour one out for Vraggy.
Run out for a real one.
We had mentioned that Alan had been sent by the Unseen One, and that was confirmed by Alan when we cast the spell.
What if they're just hearing two voices?
That could be possible.
This energy from the earth, I felt it before.
You have.
Did you?
I have.
When was this?
Great question. Let me look up my notes.
I remember it happening,
This-
but
I remember it
last minute
happening too, but I'm like,
was-
I'm trying to remember
you-
exactly when it happened for me.
You felt it when you were trying to revivify Alan.
That's right. That's right.
And you
That's
were
right.
told you could if you reached for this power
And
coming
I
from
said
Earth,
no.
and you
Mhm.
said no.
Yes. Okay.
Then
Uh,
afterwards, re-looked for that power, and you felt it
And
again,
It
but
spurned
it was
me.
more dismissive of you.
Yeah. It was, and so Arturo will say, I had felt it before when I was when Alan had fallen, and I felt bad, and I was so desperate to save him, and so I felt it at the almost at the tips of my fingers, and it was very tempting. I could have grabbed hold. It felt like I could have brought him back, but I didn't. And when I tried to reach out for it again, when I was more in control of my emotions, it seemed to reject me, like perhaps almost as if it was conscious in a way, or perhaps it's not conscious and it's conscious in itself, but it almost felt that way, as if it was rejecting me, as if it knew that I was not as desperate as I was before.
Excellent.
hey, Kate,
Mm-hmm.
above table.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for what's about to happen. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
please go for it.
Okay.
I have a feeling I know what's about
I feel
to
bad.
happen,
I feel
and
bad.
Don't
but
feel
we're
bad.
gonna do it.
No,
Okay.
I don't feel bad. Go ahead. I don't know what's about to happen, but I don't feel
So-
bad about it.
So you're telling us you had the chance to save him, but you didn't take it.
It didn't feel right. It felt wrong.
God, has any of this felt right, Arturo? Do we know what we're doing at any time now?
So
you could have.
So we should accept any power. I understand how you're feeling because I've already felt it, okay? I've already felt it and I feel it now.
What about your oath? What about being cleric? What about protecting the innocent?
Clerics don't
Is that
follow
power
the
worth it?
rules.
Is it worth any power?
My oath is to the balance of the universe.
I think darkness might be winning this balance right now. Looks like we could use all the light we can get.
Exactly, and that was not light. That was darkness. There would have been a price to pay that I was not willing to take at that moment. And I wanted to, but I'm sorry. And then he will stand up and walk to, I guess, he can't go far, but he just goes somewhere, like away from the party.
Yeah, just run away again.
In
Leave your fucking shit behind. And then she's going to walk the other direction.
Mhm.
In Arturo's defense, I think accepting any random dark power that comes your way is not always the best move. Could have made things 10 times worse. There's no way of knowing.
You didn't know him, Basil.
True. I did not.
Keep your mouth shut then.
Steffi's gonna turn to Basil. Can you go check on Artie?
I will, yes. And I'll go over to Arturo.
And I'm gonna grab Fitz's hand.
Love you guys.
I'm gonna grab Fitz's hand and pull her to the side. Not everybody can make the same sacrifices.
We just
I
keep
don't-
losing people.
I don't know what you and Alan had, and I don't deign to know what you and Alan had. But I took a power, and I still don't regret making that choice, but I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
And Fitz,
Because, good.
as they say, I don't remember what you have. That memory of you and Alan face to face comes back to the surface. And it's juxtaposed fucking words, with the blood run river that's next to you, as both the feeling of that motion and this deep crimson water rushes past you, reminding you of both at the same time.
I was raised in the Ilden swamps. It was just me and my mom. We got by. I would help her gather herbs nearby to sell medicines. Got pretty good at it. When I came out, when I realized that, I wasn't a man, I really just wanted a fresh.
Oh no, Fitz! Hold on.
No,
You're still there, but you dropped. Oh, all right, you're back. Sorry. First off,
Okay.
welcome in, Raiders. So glad you're here. I'm so sorry. We're doing an emotional moment. And Fitz, you're back.
Where did I leave off?
I would just go from stop.
Shit. All right.
You
One more
talked about the
time.
Olden Swamp. You talked about where you're born. And you weren't born.
You talked about
And then,
hmm
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So
Go from
okay,
the herbs. Go from the herbs.
cool.
Yes. Sorry.
Your
My-
internet just decided to hate you.
Yeah, of course it did. My mom and I would hunt for herbs in the nearby swamps. Very few people were willing to go there, so you could get some really valuable medicines. And we, we got by. It was fine. When I was maybe 15, I realized that I wasn't like the others. I wasn't a boy like everyone thought. And while people were fine with it for the most part, my mom, of course, was, it was just weird being in that place and feeling like I was constantly being reminded of the person I was versus the person I am. So I left with her blessing, moved a few towns over, met someone, fell in love, got married. And then things got really bad. Small things, then they would get more complicated, bigger. And then eventually I ran. Look, I'd sort of given up on people and all of this until you did what you did, until you saved me. Shit. I have to tell Artie I'm sorry. I'm letting all this shit get in my way.
Give Artie some time to breathe. I let Basil. I'm letting Basil handle that. I think this is bringing out a lot of things that we didn't necessarily anticipate happening in our lives. And trusting more people than not trusting. Because I don't know, I don't generally trust people either. Hell, half the time I can't even trust my own thoughts. Because, there's someone else up there. Fuck you, Turin. I said that internally, not externally. But it doesn't matter who you were, because that's not who you are now. And that's just kind of life. You grow, you adapt, you change. And hopefully you change for the better. And honestly, out of this entire party, I don't trust Basil worth a shit. I don't know much about Artie. His whole history is kind of masked, misted. Words are hard right now. But I know you, and I know you're at a base level a good person. We just had to make some hard decisions.
It's been a long, long time of being alone.
Yeah.
And then I found the Uncanny Vagabonds, and now I lost them again. The idea of losing the rest of you
You still
even
have us.
fell.
Yeah, we gotta find him eventually. I'm sure he might still be with Sammy, to be honest.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
Well, I may have punched Sammy on the way out and told him that if he fucked with us again, he'd regret it. So, I'm sure he's fine.
You punched him?
Yeah, he's not that hard to punch.
And
He
I-
put y'all in danger unnecessarily and then didn't give us the full story on what y'all were actually doing. It's some bullshit trickery that he tends to do. But he shouldn't fuck with us again. Also, he owes us money. I just thought about that. God damn it. But in regards to Alan, no matter how many times we would have brought him back to life, he probably still would have died. Because he was just that kind of person. He wasn't going to let dying stop him from trying to kill that queen. He had a mission and he was going to do it.
You know, even after he told me that he loved me, I guess.
How did that happen?
It was
You
it
don't
was
remember?
late at night outside of the inn. No, I remember. It's been a really long few days, that's all.
How many days has it been, by the way? Are we like a
Oh.
week into this?
I would say more so. You probably spent about 2 or 3 weeks in the beginning. About I would say you're probably about like 4 weeks, almost a month in.
Okay.
Like, I'm not saying we were like we didn't know each other that well or anything. It just was, I don't know. I think maybe I saw something that I thought I could never have again. But I didn't really know him quite as well as I would have liked.
Yeah. I don't think any of us really knew Alan.
I'll talk to Artie in the morning.
Yeah. It might be a good idea for all of us to get some sleep.
Speaking of Artie, as these two are having their conversation, I do actually want to check in on Artie because that.
Yeah, I
feels
figured we would peter off at some point.
But Basil's just gonna kind of, wherever Artie's gone and placed himself, Basil's just gonna kind of sit next to him.
Yeah. Kind of maybe like right at the edges of the fireplace. I would just assume we are at a fireplace. But just at the edges of that. So not too far, but not close.
He'll just kind of lower himself to the ground, knowing that it's going to be difficult to get up.
Knees aren't
Because he's an old man with a strength of 8. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Should probably check on Fitz. I don't think she's okay right now.
Zephy's taking care of that. It's my job to check in on you.
Well, thank you, but I'm all right.
You had to make a difficult choice. I don't think there was a right or a wrong choice to make, having been in that position myself. It is always difficult. You did the best with the information presented to you.
Sometimes doesn't really matter what you intend to do or what you hope to accomplish. What matters is after.
Yes. And the after is never easy.
The truth is, I may be more to blame for what happened to Alan than this. Than not saving him. I feel like I've let him down twice.
In what way, dear?
Kind of, gives him a tight lip, little smile. I don't know, but that's what I intend to find out.
Well, I will help you as best as I am able. I know none of you trust me. And
I'm
that's
glad
all
you know.
right. I'm very well aware. I've worked in politics long enough to know that trust is complex and uneasy. And I do not expect you to give me all the information or to trust me at all, quite frankly. But you and I seem to operate on the same coin. Much of our power aligns. In some ways more than others. And they say the difference, there's a very thin line between a wizard and a cleric. A wizard is a theologian, and a cleric is one who practices. There's the study and the practice. But it's a very thin line between the two. That is to say, as much as you may not trust me, I am here to lend my assistance when you need it. I have no desire to work against you and your friends.
In our defense,
You've been through a lot.
yes. And we've lost a few friends along the way. So, not only are we distrustful, but we're also
Hurting. It's fair. I've worked with enough adventurers over many, many years to know that coming in late to an adventuring party never really goes well. But if anyone can figure out what's going on here, I do think it is the four of you.
well, with your help. Also,
However, I can be of service.
Arturo will fall into a what are you doing, DM? Anyways, Arturo
Don't
will
ruin these moments with some random ass encounter.
for real.
I was adding ambiance.
Rude.
Arturo will fall into a comfortable silence. A little comforted by Basil's words. A little.
A little. Still don't trust the evil-looking motherfucker.
I mean, Arturo's like, I don't know if I have friends anymore. I think my friends don't like me anymore. And
I
understand.
like you, Arturo. I like you so much.
Arturo's like, oh, my friends hate me. So cool. Great.
Yeah.
As we settle in for the night,
Go ahead.
Sevi will directly telepath to just Artie, not using the group chat.
Oh my god, the group chat is still up. That is insane.
Yeah. and is gonna say, it's all going to be okay.
Oh.
You and Fitz can talk in the morning, but she's significantly calmed down.
Arturo doesn't say anything, but he's gonna cry.
I don't think you actually can respond with that form of telepath.
No, I could, but through the group chat.
Yeah, let's not do that.
And also through Mind Link, but he will just cry. That actually makes him cry. Just cry.
Well, I'm gonna go to bed. I don't know how to deal with these emotions.
It's okay. He also
I only know how to deal with emotions coming from Fitz at this point.
Yeah.
Head to bed.
Yay.
And this is for chat, not you, but you can listen in. I won't make you take your headphones off. But this specific scene is for chat and chat alone. It's as you sleep in the distance. The camera pans over to the bushes far off in the distance. And two men with this armor, heavy armor on, have this big torch on their chest with this ring that goes around the top like a halo.
I know what that is.
What?
Look over
I don't know what that is.
at the group laying to rest. And the first one goes, "That's one of them there, right?" "Yeah, we got two of them, actually. I think they're starting to find each other." "Well, that means, yeah, they could probably be, they might actually be resurrecting them. Then we'll have to take them out when we can." "Not yet. Let's get more information, report back. Remember, the Lodge needs more information if we are to overcome this time." All right. And the first one backs off and runs back to the road to report information. And you all get a restful sleep.
What?
That was
I
for
don't
you,
like
Chad.
whatever the hell just happened.
I have a theory. I have a game theory. I'm not going to share it, but I have a game
Fitz,
theory.
Do you know what that symbol was?
I do. Well, Sarah does.
What was it?
Sarah's familiar with the symbol. I've seen it in the book. It's
Which is?
What is it?
it's in the
'Cause I
book.
already
It's the light people. The
The eternal light people?
yeah, the eternal light, the order of the eternal light
The
that were overthrown
What
by
am I
the
about?
humans of
No.
Aglarion years ago. That is their symbol. Sarah
No,
knows
I
that.
hate it.
Yes, that is indeed the symbol of
It's
people
light.
long to be forgotten and lost.
However,
Might-
us being brought back from the dead makes me feel like
what the
we
hell?
are potentially
no, we were
in a cycle of time.
resurrected. We were resurrected.
Yeah, exactly,
Which
like a
two?
cycle.
I'm
It's
sorry,
just
wait.
cyclical
Two.
bits.
He said two. Which two? Is it you two or us two or who?
I don't know, but if it's not me, I'll be real pissed. I like being important.
Listen, I've been
I'm
alive
kidding.
for
Die.
I've been alive for 200 years.
It's
I
not
have been
Basil.
resurrected.
I'm shook.
If there's
Do we
all
wake
get
up the next
resurrected.
morning?
if there's
You wake
service
up.
of the light. who knows?
Yay.
Anything you'd like to do
Go
before
back
you
for
head
4
off? And then I need to know, where are you headed off? Are you headed off to the Shandar Mountains, or are you headed off
Yes.
to the Shrine of the Blind God
No.
first?
Shandar.
We ought
Shandar
to-
Mountains.
We ought to head to the monastery.
Yes. Let me see if I should switch out some spells real quick.
Oh yes, let me take a look at my spells.
I
Yes.
also
As I wake up for the day, I'm going to readjust like the clothes that's underneath my armor.
Mhm.
And re-put on my armor. But as I'm doing that, can Fitz and Basil make me perception checks?
Ooh, yes. Let me turn on my mage armor because I'm gonna cast that first thing in the morning.
That's valid.
Oh yeah, I should do the mass aid thing.
That would be a 12.
What's your passive perception?
What's my passive perception?
Yes.
My passive is a 13.
Yeah, no, you don't see shit.
What's
That's a
happening? Shit.
19.
Is that for me too? Sorry.
No.
Okay, not me. Okay, heard. Over there.
Fitz, you notice that there's like a hint of green on my back beneath the tunic as I'm readjusting my armor and putting it back on.
Oh, I don't need to know where your crystal is.
Eyes emoji. I don't know anything about that.
Oh, right. We definitely know above table that
Yeah.
Basil is part of the Dark Star or whatever.
Well, Fitz, I'm pretty sure you would know that was a result of what I did to save you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fitz is aware, but Fitz hasn't told anyone because it's not her secret to tell, and also she owes you.
Wait, what? Didn't I see that? Is
Not
that the thing that I saw? Or I saw the end of, like, I didn't see it happen, but I like came and it was like, oh, what's up, Artie? And Artie was like, y'all look real sus. Okay, yeah, okay. I remember.
Well,
that.
Fitz
We're
is, like,
in there and then
passed
we
out and
pushed you back
dead.
out.
Yeah.
Sephi, can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, never. 2 seconds, hang on. You said Constitution?
Mhm.
Real good. Real glad I'm fishing in that. 24.
You feel the press of Terran trying to take over today, and is unable to do so.
Bitch.
I'm gonna internally think. You thought, motherfucker.
You'll be weak enough one of these days. It's only time before you fade away to nothingness. That's what
If
you
I
are,
fade away
aren't
to
you?
nothingness, you would die too. And your mommy dearest wouldn't love that, would she?
I'm certain to believe my death would be good. Especially if I get to take you with me. After all, you have not ruined only the House of Wiltamer, but it looks like you've ruined the entirety of the kingdom now.
I didn't do shit to this kingdom. Your queen did. The one
Well,
that
you
you
try to
probably
put on
would
the
have
fucking
willingly.
crown.
I'm fine with it on.
Yes, and that other thing in our head?
It's green.
That thing.
Mhm.
LMAO.
Also, still fine, still me, and you're still you. Sassy and unrelentingly annoying.
It's quite a shame, but I guess to be expected how much you are like Alan. So quick and ready to rush to your own death.
Not dead yet. As long as the rest of them survive, I don't think it really matters.
Some are more lucky, and they fade away.
It's gonna get harder to keep him at bay.
If you think Fitz is gonna let you die, you got nothing coming, bitch. Fitz is about to be alive forever.
Fitz has already been sworn to kill me if shit goes wrong.
Yeah, that's different. Ain't nobody killing you but me.
Well, you guys are headed off to the Shandar Mountains?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
All right. You head off to the Shandar Mountains, climbing what seems to be this mostly impassable and rugged white gray mountain range that has these deep crevices and high summits. The region is shunned by most. Legends connect the name of the mountains to an evil entity that was worshipped around here before the Dark Star, who routed it. To this day, few have ventured into these mountain ranges, and ever fewer have ever returned. You find your way climbing. And because I have to make things up, You find yourself to a small group of hovels, and you see a mixture of small buildings. Some of them are put together. Some of them look like they're cobbled together with mud and sticks. It's a very let's make do with what we have. But in the center of this entire large a grouping of houses and buildings and markets, you see this large knife-like temple in the middle that seems to kind of fit right on top of where this natural valley would go for it. And you see some different entities moving back and forth, all in those orange robes, if I remember correctly, that Frankie was in.
Wow.
Um,
Oh my god, they're hobbits.
I'm gonna continue heading towards the temple, as that is where I figured the leader of the monastery would be.
Yeah.
You walk through the streets. Most people kind of turn to look because they don't get many newcomers. And you head to the Chisel Peak Monastery that's in the middle. You see these two guards kind of move out of the way. They're not really defending much. They don't have anything like any weapons on them. They just have their fists kind of curled up. And from the left side, as you kind of approach, a man steps forward and goes, "Hello. We don't get newcomers here often. Could I ask what you're searching for? You seem very interested in our monastery. Perhaps you'd like to hear the good Book of the Stone Fist."
We are familiar with the Stone Fist. In fact, we are here to deliver unfortunate messages to the leader of the monastery of two of your monks.
Well, I am one of those. I am Brother Orin. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. If you're looking for the lesser half, the Stone Seer is in their house.
Would it be possible to talk to both of you?
At the same time.
I'm sure anything you give to me, I can pass on.
I would quite like to give this information directly to make sure it ends up in the appropriate hands.
Directly to whom? What is this about? Perhaps I could find the right person. Are you looking for
This is about your lost acolyte?
Braggy?
Okay, it's about two of your lost acolytes?
Yeah, I did say two monks. I said two. I did say two monks. But as Fitz says that, in regards to final rites for those fallen in battle.
I see. We've had a lot of losses around here. Yes, I'll take you to Mother Electo.
Just the person we wanted to talk to. I mumbled that under my breath.
I was under the impression that Mother Electo was shunned? Or perhaps put into an old person's home, or whatever the equivalent of that would be here?
I don't remember the exact wording, but yeah.
She'd either lost her mind or gotten so old that she lost her mind.
They thought she had lost her mind due
Yes.
to old age.
I give a pointed look to Basil, and then I keep going.
He slowly walks forward and goes,
What I've done to provoke such ire.
Does Basil pick up on the fact that Fitz is teasing you because she's growing to like you, or does Basil not pick up on that at all?
I want you to take I want you to give me a number between 1 and 200 as to when you think the last time this man had actual friends is.
Oh no!
Telepathically, I send a message to Basil because I can see the confusion on his face. And I'm like, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that she's making fun of you. It means you're integrating well to the party.
I have, as the youths say, aura points. Is that a thing the youths are saying?
My friend, you have
God.
just by saying that lost aura.
Aura is not claimed; it is simply given. It is simply.
I just shake
agreed.
my head like,
You
oh
have lost
God.
it.
It's like a bad joke.
Yeah, that was funny.
Jesus.
I don't know what the well, if that's a good thing, then I'll take it.
Okay. Anyways, Mother Electo or what have you.
Yes, Mother Electo. As well, some say that they are welcoming spirits that are not true. And there is a divisive court in the mountains, some believing that the gods are speaking to us more directly and more frequently, and some who aren't ready to accept that and think that something else is going on.
Your friend, did he ever mention a Mother Electo to you at all?
Yes.
Yes.
Never in their backstory because we never discussed it, but yes.
Because perhaps he was never given all the information he needed.
I made up things. These
Mother
are not in the
Electo-
book.
Mother Electo was not mentioned by name, but I am pretty sure Alan mentioned a figure that
Yeah.
Fitz has just like been like, that's probably who he was talking about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what I mean by yes. Not he wasn't like, so Mother Electo, you know.
Yes.
He was
I
like,
created the
"This
name on the
figure."
spot,
And
but
I
I
was
did
like,
give you a
"Oh."
figure. And I am
Yeah.
alluding to everything that we have talked about. I'm just giving specific names because, Lord, did I never think we'd actually end up here, but here we are.
He really didn't think so.
Yeah, because
LOL.
like there's
we
so
told
much
you at the end
where
of
I'm
last
like,
session 2 weeks ago.
And that's why all of a sudden I got names for everyone.
yup. Dude.
Okay.
Nah, you're not playing that character anymore.
I know, but it's still, I still get nervous.
So you head off to a smaller house that's ornately decorated. And he opens the door, and on the outside, you see that they kind of have like two more monks of the monastery guarding it. And you see Mother Electo singing a sweet song. Hail the shard crowned city, heart of silver, hope of night, stand as one. Ithilunians, keep the broken moon alight.
Eyes emoji. Eyes emoji.
I'm gonna need that in text form.
Yeah, seriously. Please send that to us immediately.
I got you. That's all.
I
That's all I got. That's all I got.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm gonna like
Nah.
tap God, what's his name? I'm gonna like roughly push Rack Pack on my shoulder and be like, write that down.
Yes, I can write that down. Do you have pencil?
God, and I hand him a pencil.
Thank you. I forgot mine when we were I was taking count of all of the skeletons and war horses, but this time I counted 29, so I think I lost one, or it went over the horizon. I'm not really certain, or maybe behind the pillar. Were you counting? Because I lost track.
I figured we'd be fighting them, so I didn't really take that into account.
That would have been a problem because then I would have had to go back to my log and undo my counting. You know.
Well, you just keep taking notes on our adventure, buddy.
I got you. Call me Jiminy Cricket.
basically. And then I put him back in my shirt.
Who's Jiminy Cricket?
I don't know, but I've learned not to ask.
Probably a good idea.
Say hi, Jill. I don't know if you heard her.
Oh,
That's
I
the sound.
did. That's so cute.
Mother Electo kind of looks at you and goes, "Hello, dear. How are you?"
Your ladyship? I'm not quite sure what honorific would be appropriate.
Please, you can just call me Mother.
I will not be doing that.
That's
Anyways,
super awkward.
madam,
That's what you need.
madam, we are friends of Alan's. We came here to let you know and let I look towards the other guy. I guess your other half know that Alan and Raggy have unfortunately passed on. They fell in battle.
Mother Electo kind of, you see their chest kind of sink. That is hard to hear, especially after everything I've been put through.
But
Well,
actually, oh, go ahead.
that is the case. I appreciate you letting us know. Thank you.
Of course,
And they just kind of like look off distantly.
we were hoping to understand some information as well. This Alan once mentioned the unseen.
Yes, we're convening with the unseen.
Right. You took him into a cave to talk with it. Do you know what it is?
Well, I guess if it was seen, then it wouldn't be a true faith, would it? You see, the thing about believing is sometimes you have to take a leap and hope that it is what you hope for.
I glance at Arturo in a way that says, I'm so far out of my fucking depth here.
Arturo's like, oh man.
And then I kind of look down because I realize we haven't really talked about it.
Yeah,
and
super
I
odd.
lose the thought.
Super
And
You're
I
not
go,
supposed to talk in the morning.
Yeah, and Arturo's like, damn, I guess that was a lie. No, I'm kidding. But, JK.
No, we just forgot.
We just forgot. No, it's fine. Arturo will say, or will ask, yeah, why don't you tell us about your faith? How is the unseen worshipped?
Well, lately, he's been more vocal, I'm assuming because of the happenings of Oathbreaker.
Sorry, baby. There you go. Okay, sorry.
He's reached out to us recently and tells us that we have to make sure we are safe and report any hags that could possibly come up. An odd request since we never really see much. That's why Alan, when we went in when we went into the monastery, Alan was given the task to go out and seek help for these answers. It felt prophetic in a way, like we knew something was coming. But others didn't believe us, like we were lying. that it didn't really happen. That's when Brother Orin sent out Raggy to figure out what was going on. I guess in a way, both of us lost.
Is there, not to intrude, but is there a way for someone not of the monastery to attempt to commune with this unseen?
We typically don't allow. The last person we let in there that was unaffiliated decided that jumping into our god's hole was just...
You could have said it. You could have said.
I didn't know what to call it. I'm sorry.
Pit.
I felt like they were all bad choices.
No,
But I started the phrasing and I have to finish it. Decided to jump into it and obviously never returned.
Obviously. I can tell you now that I am not that rash. Honestly.
Although Alan might have been.
Might have been.
It may be of some comfort to know that the information you got was good. Something did happen in Oathbreaker. And whatever that is spreading. It's already hit Nangrath.
And it was, in fact, the doing of a group of hags. And I look at the other guy, the one that said
We all kind of turn to look at him like,
Yeah.
Hmm.
I wouldn't have believed it.
The technically queens, were hags in disguise. And in fact, Raggy lost his life in the revelation of that fact.
torn apart
And
by
then Alan
werewolves.
lost his life literally fighting this hag, or these hags.
Brother Orin kind of nods and goes, well, I'll go assemble all the elders. And I grant my permission for you to enter the monastery to see if there's something else you can acquire, and do more research, and maybe we should listen to this entity in the ground.
Well, it was correct. But we're wondering if this unseen is the same as the blind god that we've heard about. If it might be another name for it.
We've never called it that here. No one's ever called it by that here either.
I would like to do a
You
religion
ever heard
check.
of like a cult of gelatinous cubes people?
Yeah.
Nope.
Maybe like
Boy,
a cult of
no.
gelatinous cube people, or like
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
okay, shit.
You can do a
It's-
religion
there's-
check, but they're being pretty honest. They haven't come across anything that you guys are talking about.
Mhm.
They are tucked up here that it's very not well traveled.
It could be history as well, because it's mainly that Arturo is looking for signs that this group on the monastery and these followers of the unseen and Alan's group, if they're related at all to the cult of the blind god. That's the intention of the role. I have to do it.
It may be perchance that they are within the same pantheon, but not.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
Arturo is looking for specifically signs that they are related to the cult of the blind god. Like,
Oh
from
no,
his-
I was talking to Fitz.
Oh, sorry, I'm talking. Okay, sorry, my bad. I'm clarifying to Randall.
Make me a religion check.
Okay. I'm gonna guide myself.
Guidance.
I don't know shit. Actually, I don't know what my role was.
With the
15.
15.
Okay, thank you.
These on the surface level, they seem very distinct and different.
Okay.
There's nothing there's providing that seems to be the overlap. If there is, it's something they're just so completely unaware of.
Okay. There doesn't surface level. I'm going. Okay, cool. Noted.
If maybe the unseen will have some information for us. If they were aware of the threat, they might be
If
on our
they-
side.
If they deign to even talk to us, gods are fickle in that manner.
Perhaps we should sacrifice someone. Basil,
What? Absolutely not. Let's not
We
do
are
that.
not sacrificing anybody.
you see a wry
we
smile on what the fuck is her name? Fitz's lips. There we go.
You forget your
Took me a
character's
minute.
name.
Yeah.
Listen, it do be
it
like that.
happens.
I be forgetting
It
my
do be
character.
happening.
Perhaps
Yeah,
we
no,
could
I know.
sacrifice that little imp on your shoulder.
No, he's my friend. Puzzle will just come back. They have this weird habit of doing that. They go to Avernus or whatever and come back.
Yeah.
Okay. We might as well attempt. And internally, I think to Turan, hey, look, you might get to talk to a god or goddess. Who knows?
Bitch, I am a goddess.
I hate to.
Easy.
Completely
Yeah.
different personality from this morning, I guess.
They stay pretty quiet. And the four of you head to the monastery in the center. And you have some monks that kind of guide you to the inside. And the inside of this monastery is large and cavernous. And they kind of take you down this set of stairs in a spiral that kind of bring you to this giant pit in the ground. And there's this walkway that leads out into the middle of the pit. And there's a small pillow just sitting on the ground in the middle.
Sit on the pillow?
Yeah, I guess we'll all approach. Is there room on the pillow for four of us?
Is it a giant pillow?
There's conveniently more pillows. You sit down.
Okay.
You all have pillows.
I
Oh, no,
cast
we have
enlarge on the
green.
pillow, and
We
it goes.
have to share. Oh no.
There was only one bed.
Well, then.
And you reach down. It gets silent, and you hear the sounds of whirring, like wind rushing by. I need a group religion check.
Oh,
Um,
gosh.
I need 2 passes for a group success, DC of 18.
Can I guide
For
myself?
your first mark, DC, you can guide yourself. DC of 20 for more information.
God damn it.
Jeez. Okay.
Praying. All right.
I am not helpful, y'all.
Hey,
Sorry.
24.
Okay.
24 on the first one.
Damn. 21.
Me and Fitz are both like, nah.
Wow. Basil was
Why
right
does it
about.
count that it hit the other dice?
Basil and Arturo, you both feel very connected in this moment. And you feel the strings of
Praise.
so much
Yes.
happening in this moment. You feel emptiness, a unseen presence, you would say, a absence of presence, but a feeling of solitude and of dedication.
Oh.
That feels like one thread. Your second thread feels sounds like a gurgling. It feels
Hmm.
Is it a similar gurgling?
Corrosive.
Have we heard this gurgling before,
have.
perchance?
and
Okay.
It's all
You-
coming together.
get this sense of enormity with this second thread. But this third thread is interesting because this third thread is the same energy from the ground Arturo has felt before, and Basil is now feeling for the first time. It recognizes you both. And it dismisses you both because you are not looking for it or in need of it. But it does reach out in a mocking way, as if toying and having fun.
This is it.
This is the power.
The darkness.
I look at Fitz. Do you feel anything?
I'm gonna be honest, I was never all that religious. I just like books.
You know what?
Can you
Strange.
can you
I just-
speak to us? I will ask it.
Which one? First, second, or third thread?
Oh. Oh.
Are the three of you separate entities speaking to the three?
You feel them all separate.
Three
You
influences.
feel that third thread kind of wind in between them as if toying and playing with it.
So there are three separate entities, all influencing similar groups.
Seppi?
Despite better judgment, because I'm not religious in the slightest, I will drop the barrier that I have between myself and Turan and be like, I can't connect to whatever they're feeling. But I feel like you might be able to.
Do you give me permission to take control?
For a limited time.
You'll have to fight me on that.
I beat you almost every time.
Alrighty. And
I don't have his stats, so that's on you.
How scary.
Tran reaches down. Seppi.
I hate you.
And you feel Taryn play with all of the threads, but kind of tossing it around very childish and loosely. And you feel them reach to that third thread a little bit, as if it's a way to sever your tie. But it's unable to really grab anything. I rolled a natural one, so it's unable to grab anything.
Oh my
Thank God.
Thank God.
But they do have enough desperation.
So would it kill us? Is literally the question I ask him.
And that is where we're going to end session.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking hell! No!
I don't want
I'm willing to go 30 more minutes.
I don't, right?
I'm not.
Oh, man.
Yeah, wait, can we even continue this session? We're not gonna have Arturo next week.
Yes, right?
I was actually going to have a conversation afterwards. We probably won't be able to. Well, we'll stream only 2 days next month instead of 4 days, because I do want Arturo to be here because they do have a large story point
Yeah,
with both
unfortunately,
this
it's
location
about you,
and the
bitch.
Shrine Gold.
My bad.
So I do want you here for that. So that's fine. We'll make it work. It's not the end
Just
of the
going
world.
to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
So much
Um,
fun. I'm so jelly.
With that said,
You
thank you all for everyone
stupid
coming
country.
over. Pistachio Pancakes, thank you so much for the Prime. Nola Forge, thank you for the raid. And thank you everyone for popping by, even though you thought that today was the last stream we were ever going to do.
Period.
Hold on, wait. How do I do it again?
Sorry, sorry that Randall specifically gave y'all heart attacks. Okay.
I'm just really good at marketing. No, we're glad to be here. We will be back with more Crown the Oathbreaker next month. Maybe some Baldur's Gate thrown in there. I got to talk to the crew. And because we are dark 2 days, we might go ahead and throw in some Snowbright content just to get something out to you guys. So
Yay.
we have almost a year ago started working with Snowbright to get you guys some unique content, and there is very poor audio of me for Time Tales because I was actually at I think
Oh, you were at
Oh,
MomoCon
that's right. I
Yeah,
forgot
you were
about
at
this
that.
time last year recording the first ever Snowbright. So I'm very excited for you guys to see that one. Kind, to love one another, and we'll see you very soon.
Also, hi, Kat. I see you in the list of people, and I love you, and I miss you. Bye.